All right, folks. So this morning, I had promised one of my subscribers, Tiff, her channel is Tiff Gets Fit, that I would experiment with ground turkey and avocado to see if I could firm up those burgers a bit. And I know others like Big Country, keeping it real, uh, with Big Country and my friend Jesse over on his channel has also experimented with them as well, and he said that he used breadcrumbs, and I've seen where other people have done that, and have had success. But like his wife had said, it kind of reminded her of a meatloaf type of taste, and that is understandable why. Um, I know you can. It comes out a lot better, if you use a higher ground turkey ratio than the avocado that you use. Uh, most of the time, But I have found out experimenting with different ones that not all ground turkeys are created equal. They're different in their level of moistureness. So I've been doing some research on the whole matter, trying to figure out a solution to it. And I know that for a fact, I think you can take and freeze them and have better success by freezing them with the ground turkey and the avocado frozen. But a lot of times I use frozen ground turkey because it's cheaper. I use the Walmart brands of ground turkey because they're a little cheaper than the can that you get out of the ground beef section. They'll have a section for turkey that's got ground turkey in it. And usually the Butterball and the I'm not sure about the Genio brand. I haven't used it yet. It's on my to-do list. Um, but I know with those, if you use a lesser amount of avocado, like you buy the big family packs of ground turkey, and you mix like maybe 1.5 to 2 avocados in there, you should be fine patting on a burger, and they should hold and form together pretty good once you get them on the grill. But yeah, they still can be a little tricky. I've had these issues with them as well. But I have found what I think is going to be a solution, but I had to order it online. It has not got here yet. So I'll be trying that sometime this week. But I'm hard headed, y'all. I'm just hard headed. I like to experiment. It's the latchkey in me. The latchkey kid in me likes to experiment. So I decided to play around with some psyllium husk today. I discovered psyllium husk when I was on the keto diet, and I used it in bread type of recipes combined with coconut flour and almond flour and that type of thing with great success in those type of recipes. I used it in making a Thanksgiving dressing when I was doing keto back in 2021, and it was an amazing Thanksgiving dressing. Everyone said who ate it said they could not tell the difference in it and regular dressing. And it worked well for those bread applications. So I said, well, it kind of mimics the product that I ordered. So I decided to give it a tree out. uh, when I say tree out, that means try out. There's a certain movie out there that I watched where I got that quote and saying from. Uh, The Longest Yard, the remake with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock in it. One of the guys that were trying to recruit for the football team, he called it a tree out instead of tryout. You just have to see it. It's funny. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I do that. Sorry about that. So I decided to try some psyllium husk uh, fiber to see if I can mimic the same thing of the product that I ordered. And in order for me to do that, I used the cheaper of my ground turkey options. I had 2 patties left of the Aldi's brand frozen patties that I had bought, so I thawed out 2 of those and figured I'd play around with some psyllium husk. And here's a little bit about how all that went. Alright, so this is the brand of psyllium husk that I use. I bought this at Walmart about 2 years ago when I was doing keto, and like I said, it worked out well in bread recipes. And this is a tablespoon full of it that I mixed with about a tablespoon and a half of water. And this is about 15 minutes after it sets. And the reason I thought it would work in my meat base is because it gets really thick, like a paste. And as you can see, it just does not want to come off. This is how thick it gets and sticky. Well, it's not really sticky. It's weird. It looks like it will be sticky, but it's not. When you touch it, very minimal comes off on you, but it soaks up all the moisture of that water. And I'm just mixing it around here, checking the consistency of it, and you see that little bit of dry down there? I decided I was going to add some more water to this, so I took it over to the sink, and that's exactly what I did. I filled it up with as much water as it would take with that gel glue in there, and then I just mixed it back around in there the way it was. Now it looks like it's going to be a failure when you're looking at it right here, but actually it's not going to be. All that water will still get soaked up by that psyllium. It may take a few minutes, but I'm just kind of poking it around to make sure I get all the dry powder off the bottom of that. This conversation is a little irrelevant, considering it was a failed experiment, but since I went through all the trouble to make the video of this, I figured I might as well just go ahead and include it anyway. But yeah, it's really moist and malleable right now, almost like an applesauce consistency, but it's not going to stay that way. It will firm up again. And this is about 15 minutes later after it's starting to already firm up again. And that stuff is amazing, like I said, in like keto type of breads and recipes that you use it for in those. Just look at it, just kind of like that stuff on the movie The Blob. It doesn't want to separate from itself, and then when you put it back together, it reforms itself back together. And that is the turkey patties I was going to experiment with. Well, I did experiment with. I was just leaving them out to thaw out a while. This is about another 15 minutes later, and it's even stiffer. It won't even come off the bowl. It is so stiff. So just so you know, I wanted to show you that this stuff is edible. It is used. It really doesn't have a flavor. It's kind of bland. Kind of like a flavor of nothingness. Not even a chew to it. Alright, so finally my patties are thawed out, and I just put them in a bowl, and I mixed some Worcestershire and a half of the avocado. I saved the other half, and yeah, I just wanted to try it because avocado adds a great flavor to the turkey burger. So I just cut that sucker in half and popped that big old seed out of there, and then I just scooped it into that ground turkey there, and I just mixed it up with that chop and stir you see to my side there. along with some seasonings. I use that steak seasoning that I always use with my turkey mixture. It really brings out a beefy type of flavor, along with some good old Worcestershire sauce. Uh, Always a good combination between those two. And then I put in a tablespoon of the psyllium husk. Just 1 tablespoon, because a little of this stuff goes a long way. And then I just let it sit for about 15 minutes or so to firm up once I got done mixing all of this together, chopping it and stirring it together. Just to really incorporate that psyllium husk and make sure it absorbed as much of the moisture and binded with the meat as it possibly could. And then it's the waiting game. Alright, so right now I'm letting all that sit in a covered bowl, so give the psyllium husk some time to thicken. And as you can see, the longer it sits, and you got to think, this is super hydrated, the thicker it gets. This has not been refrigerated, or it's just been sitting out at room temperature. And this is just a straight psyllium husk. This started out as just a tablespoon, and look how much bigger it has grown. Alright, so I just went and checked on my meat mixture, and the smell coming off of those things is amazing with that Worcestershire and that steak seasoning on it together. It smells awesome, y'all. Alright, so like I said, I just wanted to try and pan fry one of these. So I just put it in the pan, formed it up real well, but I forgot to put the oil in there, so I added so I had to add a little bit of cooking oil in there. So once I did that, everything started frying up, and it was going good. Now the texture of these was not the problem. The psyllium husk done its job of giving it more thickness and texture. The texture wasn't the issue with it. The issue comes after the burgers get done, which I will explain in a little bit here. But I did have a little bit of leftover, so that is the little clump that you see off to the side there. I wound up dropping it, and Oscar wound up eating it. He didn't seem to have a problem with how it tasted at all. But that's how that went. And now the other one, I'm just taking off that paper plate there, and I'm going to try to air fry it, just to have two different options to see how it does in separate cooking situations. So I placed that in the air fryer, and I just let the air fryer do its thing. I wound up cooking it and flipping it on both sides and letting it cook for about 14 minutes on each side in the air fryer. Yeah, it seemed to have cooked it all the way through. It did cook it all the way through, at least. Alright, so the pan fried burger it looked good. It got a little crispier on the top than it should. I don't know if that's from the psyllium husk, but I think it burns a little. Or the avocado. It's not bad. It's just edible. It's not great either. I think the psyllium husk may be a no-go. We'll have to try something else. But It's decent. I got high hopes for the air fryer. It looks like it's doing pretty good. We'll have to see. So this is the air fryer version, and it held together pretty darn good. I cooked it for 14 minutes on both sides just to be sure. And it still doesn't hold the flavor. Okay. It doesn't hold the flavor. This is a failed experiment. Alright, so today is not only Father's Day, but it's also Janice, my wife's birthday. So my mother-in-law come over to help get the house all cleaned up and straightened up and stuff and such. And my sister-in-law was generous enough to bring my wife birthday cake. And she also brought me a chocolate chip cookie brownie with icing on it that said Happy Father's Day. So that was awful nice and sweet in our time of need for the extra help to come. So figured I would include that in this video. So there you go. Now I get to eat something I shouldn't have. Dang, what a tragedy. I'm gonna have cake and cookie brownie. Oh my God. I'm gonna eat it so y'all won't have to. I'm gonna take one for the team.
Oh, you know, you can't take them like a mop and mop it up like that.
Yeah. What you got, Tracy?
Corn and squash.
Corn and squash. Boy, them some good looking squash.
Fresh corn. I gave it away. She said, where you at? I said, going down the road.
Fresh squash too, huh?
Yep. Where's she at?
But
There, Joe. You start getting up a little bit more. He gave us a big squash.
Yeah.
Here, you and Tracy can share this. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay.
You can get this little square here. That's yours. This
It's
part's
got
mine.
white corn and yellow corn. It's all, They sold so many strawberries every night from it. They've got white corn and yellow corn. Look at her cake, Tom. She said she put candles on there, it was burning up. That's my name. Yeah, that's when you buy the
Hold on a
white
second.
one.
Let me get a video of it. There we go.
Her sister, Lee, gave it to her. Her favorite sister.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Give me a kissy.
Give Mama a kiss.
Give me a kiss.
Give Mama a kiss. All right, folks. So now I'm eating birthday cake. Oh, this day is a bust for dieting. It's my wife's birthday, man. She only turns 50 once in her lifetime. Come on now. Surviving 5 decades is an accomplishment. in itself. They got that Marvel filling with the chocolate and the yellow cake filling. That's pretty good. That is really good. But that's the part we all come for, ain't it? That icing. That's the part we really all like right there. Oh boy. And I still got that whole Father's Day cookie in there. It's not a brownie like I was talking about earlier. It's actually a chocolate chip cookie with icing on it. This is a good cake. Alright, so I got my piece of cookie there. Yeah. My Father's Day cookie. That thing's soft and moist. It's good. I'm gonna die of a sugar rush today, y'all. I don't eat this much sugar usually. Y'all ain't never seen me eat this much sugar. I've had a Frosty, some cake, and now this cookie. I can't have none of this. I can't got chocolate on it. They say chocolate hurts dogs. And since you're my favorite dog, I'm gonna look out for you and not give you any. Man, that was good. Wow. It was very good. I'm about to work hard this week, y'all, to counteract for this day. Any progress I made this week probably got shot today. But such is life, and my dedication and plan is to continue eating the way I've been eating this entire year so far. I'm at about 55, 56 pounds of weight loss. And I've pretty much remained in this little area for the entire month, you know, fluctuating up and down. And I think that's a good thing, actually, considering I've been, you know, not really, well, I've kind of let myself slide and get back in it, you know, let myself slide and get back in it. What I need to do is get back in it and then stay that way. Over the next 10 days, because tomorrow is the 20th, and this month is getting away from me bad. I've had a lot go on this month with the wife's surgeries and stuff. Okay, so Tomorrow's the 20th, so I will have exactly let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. I'll have 11 days to diet. I need to go hard in the next 11 days to get as much weight off as I can going into July, because I need to hit that 60 pounds. I'm going to hit that 60 pounds over the next 11 days. That is my goal. 60 pounds of weight loss before July. It's fixing to get real. Everybody hold on. I have got to get it together and get this done within the next 11 days. Starting right now. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I may do an OMAD for the next 11 days. We'll see how it goes. OMAD, no more than 2 MAD for sure, but definitely got to start looking to make an improvement over the next 11 days so we can hit that 60 pounds of weight loss. 10 pounds a month was my goal in the beginning, and I'm probably about 5 to 6 pounds away from that goal, and I got 11 days to drop it. So let's get to dropping it. Alright folks, I think that is all I have for today. Until tomorrow, y'all have a good one.